I seen it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Online?
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
No joke.
I gotta find that. I gotta look that up. You ready?
Hey, bozo.
No, new beginning, new beginning.
Guess what I'm getting ready to order?
What, a car?
Oh, a new billboard for the right-hand side of the Cuda. Let's go to work.
Thanks, Royal.
Oh, sure.
Today we have a pretty full plate on the 71 Cuda. I've got to get the passenger's door off of it, out to the body shop, fix the chip, put it back on the car. The guys have about a dozen or more little pieces they can put in, and then I have about 3 or 4 things underneath the car that need to go in, so it's going to be a rock and roll day. Why don't you put the antenna on it, and I'll have Royal give me a hand with the door.
I can help with the door.
Well, I want somebody that can lift something more than 2 pounds.
Well, if I ain't lift the holder, I can lift part of it. Okay. Let's get the mirror off it, right?
I need to get the mirror off of it. Josh, we need to install the battery tray.
We have a deadline that we have to reach in 1 week, and the way things are going, I'm hoping that we can get it all done.
The linkage is hooked up, but I can unhook it if I can just get a 7/16.
I'll get it for you.
By the time it'll take you to even read 7/16, I'll just grab it. I'm still pretty pissed off over the door deal. It didn't need to happen, and when it did happen, if somebody would have just said it the very first day it happened, we wouldn't be doing this last minute 100-mile-an-hour rush to get it done.
It's just extra work that needs to be done on the door that we could use working on other stuff on the car.
What are you gonna do about getting the decal off, Mark? Heat?
Yep, I'll use a heat gun on it.
Are we gonna have to take the fender? Do you think it'd be smart if we take the fender, pull forward the nose already
And I'm gonna
aligned?
say no. I'm gonna say it's aligned and we're okay.
We're gonna be okay putting it back on?
You could take the fender off, except that the whole front sheet metal is already aligned. I don't want to take all that back off if I can be very careful and just take the door away from that and put it back on without damaging it.
It can be done. I'm just worried about the edge of the door and the edge of the, the back edge of the fender.
If I only have to fix the one chip on the door, I can get it done today. Is that it?
Oh, you're in.
Are we clear? Okay, I'm gonna open up. He said we were clear, but
Oh, wait, I got one more on the bottom.
Oh, my.
Kind of got a timeline going. I think if we're careful and take some few extra minutes to be a little careful, it'll go on okay.
Open the door right now.
All right. Are you really gonna work on it now?
Yeah, I'm really gonna work on it
get a
now.
heat gun
I'm gonna
somewhere?
get you guys going on that. You're in here. That's way over your pay grade.
No, it's not, Mark. You know what? That's something we talked about. Maybe teaching us to do a little bit of painting sometime.
Yeah, it's like, how am I gonna teach Rembrandt how to paint? How am I gonna teach that Michelangelo? Who painted the Sistine Chapel?
It'll actually be nice that Mark's out there in the shop working on the door while we're in here working on the rest of the car. It'll be peaceful. We'll probably get a lot of work done and there won't be a lot of bickering back and forth.
So the fact that this door was done perfectly by me 3 months ago, you can't just put a small patch. You have to treat this like it's a brand new panel. So that means I have to take off the old billboard stripe. I have to disassemble the door and treat it just like a brand new door. First thing I have to do is get that off of there, then sand that and start doing the fill work on it. So to take these decals off, the best way to do it is to get them nice and warm so it'll release that glue underneath it. This is gonna be a hard one because all these letters are individual. If you take that heat gun and you get too close, you'll keep cutting the tape. Fixing damage that happened to a brand new paint job, especially like this car, a Concours OE paint job, is not a used car patch-up. You have to make sure that you fix it correctly so that there's no sign that you were ever there after the car was originally painted. I can start feathering this back. So I like to cross-block it, just like I was showing the guys on Mark and Elena's car. I have to lay out my tape lines and establish my center style line. I sand up to it on the left side, I reverse the tape, I sand up to it on the right-hand side, and I'm now ready for the filler. Done and done. This is probably, if there is an artistic part besides painting, is probably in making sure that style lines are back where they're supposed to be. Once I mix up my polyester filler, I can fix the low spots in it, but it has to have the same height, the same length as the rest of the shape of the door, so that when I sand it down, it's indetectable that there was ever a chip there. You can see how it starts to taper down back here, and I've got it built up higher than I need it out here. Then it's ready for the primer, the base coat, the clear coat, the final wet sand, and reassembly. All I have to do after that is sand it down and primer it. Hopefully, there's absolutely no evidence that we were ever there.